Good day, everyone. In this presentation, we will be analyzing and comparing the works of two well-known researchers in the field of human development, Jean Piaget and Erik Erikson. Their studies have grateful shape how we understand learning, growth, and behavior across different stages of life. First, let me introduce the research titles we used. Jean Piaget's work is titled The Stages of Cognitive Development in Children, while Erik Erikson's study is known as Psychosocial Stages of Human Development. Both titles clearly reflect the main focus of the research. Next, I will discuss the research gaps found in both studies. Piaget's research has a few limitations. His sample size was small because he mainly observed his own children, which means the results may not apply to all children. His jury also tends to underestimate children's abilities and does not fully consider cultural differences. On the other hand, Erikson's study has gaps as well. His stages are broad, and the transition between them are not clearly explained. His jury also lacks strong empirical evidence, and it does not fully address how culture and society can affect development. Now, let's move on to the objectives of each study. Piaget aimed to understand how children think, learn, and develop intellectually. His goal was to describe the 4 stages of cognitive development, from infancy to adolescence. Meanwhile, Erikson aimed to explain how social relationship and life experiences shapes a person's identity. His objective was to present 8 stages of psychosocial development that people go through from birth to adulthood. In terms of methodology, Piaget used naturalistic observation, clinical interviews, and purposive sampling. He observed children closely and asked them questions. In terms of methodology, Piaget used naturalistic observation, clinical interviews, and purposive sampling. He observed children closely and asked them questions to understand how they think. Erikson, however, used a psychoanalytic approach and relied on case studies. He analyzed people's life stories and behavior to understand how their experiences influence their personality development. The findings of the 2 studies also differ. Piaget discovered that children learn by actively exploring and interacting with their environment. He found that children move through 4 cognitive stages: sensorimotor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Erikson, meanwhile, found that people develop by facing different psychosocial crises at each life stage. He explained that balancing personal needs with social expectation is important for healthy emotional and social development.
Their conclusion wrapped up their studies clearly. Piaget conclude that children learn best when they are given opportunities to explore and discover things for themselves. Erikson concludes that emotional support and healthy social interactions are essential in development trust, confidence, and identity. Now, I will share our insights. Both Piaget and Erikson believe that development happens in stages, and each stages build upon the previous one. They both emphasize the importance of the environment in shaping human growth. However, their focus is different. Piaget concentrates on how children think and solve problems, while Erikson focuses on emotions, personality, and social relationship. They each offer unique perspectives on human development. For our reflection, I believe that these studies are very useful in the field of education. PIEGET's finding guide teachers in choosing learning activities that match students' cognitive development. Lastly, here are our recommendations. First, teachers should provide activities that match the development readiness of the students. Second, emotional support that should always be part of classroom practice to help learners build confidence and a healthy sense of identity. Third, teachers should encourage social interaction and collaboration among students. And finally, learning activities should be culturally sensitive to address the gaps in both theories